Hello and welcome back to the video on the rest of the day and to another edition of Raw out of 10. It's a big show today because Extreme Rules is getting ever closer. I think it's a week Sunday, so really closing in on us. And yeah, like I said, big show today. We got some big returns on the show, so let's get straight into it. And Bianca Belair kicked off the show with Asuka and Alexa Bliss and called out Bayley in Damage Control, saying that her teammates will be there at Extreme Rules to keep Io Sky and Dakota Kai in check. Bayley then came out with her team and said that a match at Extreme Rules might as well be a ladder match. Bianca agreed. The Women's Champion then challenged Io Sky to a match to prove just how extreme she is, and Sky accepted as we headed for a break and then got straight into the match. Belair had control early on and got some lariats in before Sky came back with knees in the corner and an octopus hold before getting a near fall off a sunset flip. Belair got kicked in the face before Sky dodged the KOD and hit a flying crossbody. Sky then got a headbutt, but he missed the Hurricane Rana as the match continued. Bianca headed up to the top for a moonsault, but Sky took her down and got the double knees in the corner. Sky then went up top herself and got dropped outside, taking out Bayley and Kai in the process. Sky headed back to the ring and tried for a springboard move, but he got caught in the KOD before Belair and picked up the victory. It's a shame to see Sky lose, at the end of the day, Bianca just coming into a big championship defence, it kind of does make sense for Bianca to get a win here, so get 7 out of 10 from me. Mysterio was then backstage and said he knew Dominic was being manipulated. He was going to take his anger out on Seth Rollins tonight though, and The Miz had his own private security team called the Miz Force, and he trained them to defend the A-lister from Dexter Loomis before Rollins was out next ahead of the match and said even though it would be his first time in the fight pit, he would eventually be declared the king of the fight pit, beating Riddle. Before he moved on to him versus Rey Mysterio, Rollins took a shot to the forehead and started bleeding right off the bat. Rey got a kick to the head but was hit with a backbreaker. Rey then came back with a sunset flip before Rollins sent him outside. Rollins then had Mysterio on the ground at ringside when Dominic came back with a steel chair. Rollins was cautious as Dom approached him, but then patted Rollins in the back before motioning for him to continue as we headed for a break. The QR code popped up on the screen at the time, and we also had the latest on the White Rabbit tease, which it seems like it's going to be Bray Wyatt, but who knows. Back on the show anyway, Rey reversed out of the buckle bomb and got a Hurricane Rana before heading up to the top, but Rollins recovered and met him up there. Rey dodged the suplex twice before Rollins tried for another powerbomb but was dropped outside. Rey then got the 619 on the apron, but Rollins rolled outside. Rey followed him out, but Dominic got in his way, threw the steel chair at him and taunted Rey to beat him with a weapon. Rhea Ripley then came in from behind and pushed Rey into the ring post before Dominic sent him back in. Rollins hit the stomp and rolled Rey up to pick up the victory and the win. This gets an 8 out of 10 from me. This was really, really good stuff. Great match between two brilliant wrestlers and storyline stuff at the end. It's really enjoyable. Just a really, really good match. And to be honest, I'm going to go as far as saying it gets an 8 out of 10 from me. Ashley was then hyping up Riddle before his match against Rollins before we saw a member of the Miz Force lying on the ground. Love it. Anyway, though, it's time for Johnny Gargano and Kevin Owens versus the Alpha Academy. Gargano and Gable kicked off the match before Owens and Otis were tagged in. Owens got a big drop kick before Chad was tagged in immediately, got taken down. Gargano then got on Owens back and they hit an assisted senton on Gable before getting a near fall. Back after a break, Chad took a beating from Owens but managed to get back with a big suplex. Tags remained and Otis put Gable on his shoulders before Gable came in with a top rope move. Owens then broke the pin and set up Otis on the announcer's desk before hitting the elbow drop for Austin Theory then showed up for the assist and tried to hit Gargano with a Money in the Bank briefcase but was kicked in the head instead. Gargano then rushed Gable in the ring and got his trademark DDT, picking up the victory. Gets a 6 out of 10 from me. The match was decent enough, probably for Gargano and Owens to make the win. Seemed like a bit of a weird team to me, but I guess we'll have to see where that goes. But it's great to see Alpha Academy on TV so much. I just wish they didn't lose so bloody often. Finn Balor was then backstage and offered AJ Styles ringside backup from Judgment Day for his match tonight, but Styles rejected the offer. Theory and the Alpha Academy then were backstage and Austin got a phone call, but it's meant for Chad. Gable put the call on speakerphone and it turned out to be Braun Strowman challenging him to a match next week, which was good stuff for his facial reactions mainly. But anyway, it's time for Omos versus some jobbers. He grabbed both his opponents by the neck and dumped them outside before tossing them around at ringside. Back in the ring, Omos got a splash in the corner before tossing the other opponent in the ring as well and hitting a running knee. Omos then got the double choke slam on both opponents before getting the win. After the match, Omos sent both men up on the announcer's desk and posed on top of them as Raw continued. And yeah, 6 out of 10 from me. I mean, like, did its job really, made Omos look like a beast. Yeah, hopefully he moves into like a kind of storyline soon, but you know, for what this was, it was fine. 6 out of 10. Miz was then backstage and saw his security force laying on the ground before Dexter Lumis snuck up behind him and took him out with a chokehold. Before it was time for Candice LeRae versus Nikki ASH. Candice LeRae is back in WWE. You didn't see this coming, but yeah, so happy that she's back. But anyway, Nikki took things outside early on and took LeRae up on the apron and loaded on there. Back in the ring, LeRae got in control before Nikki took down, heading to the top rope. Nikki tried to stop the dive, but took a swinging avalanche neckbreaker before LeRae picked up the win. And yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 for me, short but sweet. But yes, so happy to see Candice LeRae back in WWE. Like I said, kind of maybe thought it was coming with Gargano coming back, but yeah, at the same time, still not sure. But yeah, so pleased she's going back, and this is going to be a great addition for the Raw Women's team, I think. But anyway, it's time for Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles. He got some big moves early, but AJ took him down and hit a knee drop for a near fall. AJ got a big rap bomb before sending Zayn outside as we headed for a break. Back in the match, AJ took a big kick to the face before Sami got a massive blue thunder bomb for a near fall. AJ fought back and got the calf crusher in, but Sami managed to roll it. Zayn got a headbutt before trying to send AJ outside, but took a forearm instead. Sami distracted the ref while Solo beat AJ up on the apron and hit a suplex before tossing him back in. Sami took AJ down off the distraction and got the pin. Judgment Day crept up on AJ after the match, and Finn smacked talked to him for a bit before asking him to join them once more. AJ got up on his feet but refused once more before the stable unloaded on him again. And yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 from me. Good stuff, because obviously you got the Judgment Day for Styles and the Bloodline for Sami Zayn, Honorary Youth, all of that stuff with Solo Sikoa and Jay and all of that, which really fed into this and created a really decent match. Not that it wouldn't have been anyway, of course, with these two competitors. And yeah, screwy finish, a bit of a shame, but you know, it makes sense in context. So 7 out of 10. Rhea then got a steel chair and wrapped it around AJ's head before Finn ran at him for a stomp, but then stopped, saying that we're friends and that's not what friends do. Yeah, I mean, like a very interesting message for kind of like the post segment, but yeah, I mean, I guess I'll have to see where that goes. But anyway, it's then time for our main event featuring a member of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, taking on Matt Riddle. The match started off with both men trading submission moves and counters before Riddle got the advantage with a suplex and a Broton for a near fall. The match went outside and the distraction from Balor allowed Priest to send Riddle into the barricade. Back on Raw, Riddle was trying for a floating bro after taking Priest down, but Damian knocked him off and he fell to the outside. But back after a break, Riddle got the Bro Derek for a near fall before Rhea delayed the top rope move, allowing Priest to take him down. Priest then got a lariat from a front face slam and a near fall before Riddle dodged the choke slam but missed the RKO. Riddle tried for the RKO again, but the distraction saw Priest take him down. We then got a roll up in Judgment. Riddle got a free count before the Judgment Day attacked him. Edge came out to make the save though and cleared the ring before getting on the mic and saying that no matter what he is put through, the rated R superstar will always come back and challenge Finn Balor for an I Quit match at Extreme Rules as Raw went off the air. Yeah, I thought we might be getting a tag team match, but you know, Edge versus Finn Balor in an I Quit match is definitely something that I'm not going to be complaining about, because that's just going to be an absolute banger. And yeah, this whole segment gets 7 out of 10. Pretty decent stuff, I do have to say. Overall, Raw this week gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I thought it was a really decent episode of Raw this week. Loads of great matches, great storytelling as well. So yeah, on the whole, really solid show. And yeah, definitely getting me hyped for Extreme Rules, because yeah, Raw is just on a decent run at the moment. Really, ever since Triple H took over, putting on very solid TV shows. So yeah, you can't really complain. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. So like, share, subscribe, don't know what's coming down below. Follow us for daily wrestling news and subscribe to our channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.